Hello, my name is Bree and I work at Bridgeville and South Bay Library, and today I'll be showing you how to craft a small painting canvas like this one. Let's see what materials we'll need. Alright, now that you assembled everything, we're going to go into step 1, which is making the frame of the canvas. Stretcher bars come in packs of 2. I got these from Michaels, if that's any help. And you can just slot them together to make 90-degree corners. The nice thing about stretcher bars is they're always going to be about the same width. So that means you can play with the length of them. So I made a 10 by 10 square. You do not have to. The nice thing about making your own canvas is you can customize it to whatever you feel the art piece needs. I've already assembled mine, and I was hoping I can show you. If you see that little slot there, you can put painter keys in there. Painter keys just help keep this straight because over time, frames tend to warp. Also, the nice thing about these particular stretcher bars is they have a lip on either side, which means I can staple the canvas to either side. This little lip is actually what causes the canvas to stretch. Now, as you saw previously, I have in the middle of the square a canvas. This canvas is a little bit bigger because we will be folding it over. And I have pre-cut it to make sure it stays. I just use scissors. Sometimes the nice thing about canvas, like fabric, once you cut it, you can just start ripping it. All right, so we're gonna make sure this is straight. I'm going to lightly hammer in that side just to make sure. Okay. Right, I'm going to fold it over and make sure. Pull tight. The tightness will help with guarantee your canvas. So I'm pushing up to make sure the fold stays. I'm pulling down, and I'm going to staple with my staple gun right in the middle there. And then to create tension, we're going to go across. Same thing in the middle. It will get easier the more you staple. The first ones are kind of the hardest. Now for a staple gun, I really suggest something a little less power tool. You really don't need anything that powerful, just something a little stronger than you. Although in the past, painters actually used to use nails and hammers. Alrighty, and we're going to continue. It's okay if it's a tiny bit long. As you can see, this stretches over. You can trim it or you can just leave it. Alright, we're gonna go back to the side we started, and we're gonna go across. And same dealio. Going to keep doing this until I get to the corners. And just a quick little tip, you're just going to keep going on either side. I know it's very tempting to keep wanting to just go across, but this is actually how painting canvases get their tension. I find it particularly difficult to make staples look even. It is just what it is. But as you can see, all we have left are the bent corners, and they're kind of sticking up. And I actually call them bent corners because that's actually how we fold them, really. Alright, so corners can be difficult. So don't worry, keep on practicing. You're kind of going to have a tiny lip over that edge. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to push this in so it's flat there. And then I'm going to tuck like that. And see, it didn't quite work, so we're going to try again. So flatten out. Push the corner in. I'm going to twist this a little bit in. And it may not be perfect, but it is lying flat against the line. I'm just going to staple that. Oops, looks like I missed one staple here. And if your bed corners aren't working, sometimes maybe you stapled too close to them. So once I have the corners done. Alright, my corners are done. They're not the prettiest, but thankfully no one gets to see this part, because normally they see this part. Now the creases from my canvas is very old and it has been folded up for a very long time, so yours won't be, but as you can see we have a stretched canvas, and it's starting to sound a little bit like a drum. So the reason why it sounds like a drum is when it stretches over that lip, it allows you to it allows the canvas to kind of hang just above the actual wood. And then for a final step, we're going to just take a clean sponge, dip it in our bowl of water. It doesn't have to be very wet. It's like a very, very damp, I think not very damp is what I'm trying to say. Just slightly wet and sponge. And we're going to rub it. What this does is this breaks down the glue and forces the canvas to shrink, kind of like cotton in your dryer. And that will make the canvas a little bit tighter. And you're just gonna let it sit out to dry, and then when it's done, see how that's already tightening just a little bit just by moving the water in. It should sound very much almost like a drum. And then you are free to put on your paint. You can also put on gesso, which is a paint layer that helps not only protect the canvas but allows artists control the absorption of the paint and also the texture of the canvas, how much texture they would like. So I hope you are having a happy day crafting, and I wish you a good day.